Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean, this is In The Mixer, episode 2 of our Atletico Madrid beta save series. Pretty much continuing on from where we finished up the last one. We have jumped forward in pre-season, and if we jump now into our actual screen, we've not had a horrible pre-season run. We have lost a couple of games, we've had a couple of draws in there as well, but mostly pretty promising performances and good wins. Haven't done much in terms of clean sheets to date, but that's something that we'll continue to improve on as time goes on and as people get used to the system and shape that we're trying to be playing. So we did beat Boca Juniors to start pre-season. We then lost to River Plate. A draw with Lyon, 1-1. A 2-1 loss to Torino. We pummeled Juventus 4-1 in an excellent performance. Beat Chelsea 2-1 in a good performance as well. Beat Monaco 2-1. Also beat Borussia Dortmund 4-2. And then in the last two, we had a 0-0 draw with Red Bull Leipzig, where we did rotate just a little bit, and a 1-0 defeat to Arsenal in our final league game. Not league game, pre-season game of the season. But it does bring it up to the league starting today. We're going to play Sevilla and Barcelona to kick off the season and get our first real look at the match engine as well. We have added one more player to the squad. We did talk about it briefly. We had a couple of players go out, Thomas Partey being the big one that went to China. And we also had Santiago Arias go to Tottenham. And the last one was Angel Correa, who ended up going to Manchester United for £40 million. It gave us about £30 million to work with. Not £1 million, million euros. I've got to get out of that habit. But once we got that money, we brought in Alex Grimaldo from Benfica. He can play the complete wing-back role already. We've had him working as that left wing-back. He's been doing okay, not setting the world on fire or anything like that. He did pick up a knock in the last game against Arsenal as well, so he's actually out for about 3 more weeks, and Sime Vasalko is still out 3 to 4 months. So it does kind of limit us in the wing-back spots in terms of our depth, but, these things happen throughout the course of a season, whether it's the start, the end, the middle, wherever. You do have parts where potentially you might have to give opportunity to some of the younger players. So we do still have quite a few youth players hanging around in the under-19s, and there's a few that are out on loan as well that actually have pretty decent potential and might be ones for the future or ones for next season at least. So hopefully, we'll give it 12 months, let them see out the season, they'll continue their growth and development, and then we might try and integrate them into the first team as well. And we do also have Tony Herrera, who can jump in at left wing back if we need him to. But more than enough talking from me. Let's jump forward to the game against Sevilla, because I really want to get the game started and see how we go. Or we'll at least compare the two lineups, see where we're at, because I think there'll be a similar team to us trying to finish in that third spot. And then, of course, the game against Barcelona, that's going to be one of the biggest fixtures for us this season. So weird to get it out of the way early, but we should still do okay. They are playing a 4-3-3, Fernando anchoring midfield. Gadelj looks like he's making his debut for the team. Navas playing as a right back, which is interesting. I didn't realise he'd made that transition, and he looks like a decent wing back option. Maybe we should have looked at him for the complete wing back spot, but he is the captain now, 33 years of age. Munir, one to keep an eye on up top. He's a very, very good player, and Ronnie Lopez is pretty decent on the right wing as well. He plays an inverted winger, cutting inside. We haven't tried that role yet, but there are a couple of players in our team that seem to be most used to inverted winger in the positions that we're asking them to play. So if these inside forward roles don't work as well as we want them to, we might make that adjustment as well and just see how it goes. But we're, of course, going with Oblak in goal, Hermoso, Savic, and Jimenez as the central defensive partnership. Lodi will play as left wing back, as we already said. Trippier will make his debut as the right wing back. Koke will anchor as the deep line playmaker set to defend. He is also the captain for this season. Diego Costa is the vice captain. Saul will play as the deep line playmaker on support. Felix will play as the left winger. Lamar as the right winger, and Diego Costa will lead the line, leaving Morata on the bench early doors. Really, I just want a good performance. I'm not worried too much about anything that goes on, but we should be able to at least start the season in a positive manner. Everything has been going pretty smoothly. No one's cracked it at me so far this pre-season. We've managed to keep morale relatively high, even though we have had a couple of defeats in that pre-season period. And away we go. I've already set it to do 2D match engine and 3D replays, so hopefully this isn't a goal to kick off the match. But what I did notice the other day when we were doing our stream save, Lamar's gotten in behind early. Can he find the finish? It's a good save from the keeper, and they managed to hack it away. Nearly made a mess of it and put it in their own goal. One of the things I did notice is that we're not seeing the kickoff highlights and the highlight that you usually get at the end of the game once the final whistle goes. I'm just going to adjust these. We'll go with match stats, latest scores, and the league table itself. Here we go. Highlight. Trippier's coming forward on the right-hand side. Cuts it back to Lamar. He goes all the way back through Koke, who can reset. Switches out to Renan Lodi. He can push on a little bit and go to the byline. He steps inside instead. Skips past one challenge. It's headed away, and somehow Diego Costa put that one back in. I think it was a header from the top of the 18-yard box. But we're well and truly on top in this one, which is great to see. It's 30 minutes gone. I've got a highlight here. I'll let it play out before I use a shout. Ball forward. Hermoso should tidy up. Hermoso wasn't one of the players that I initially said would probably start in the initial 11, but he's a left-sided Spanish centre-back. He's only 23. He's got good ceiling. It's a great ball across, and we've managed to put that one away. I think it's going to end up being an own goal in the end for Sergio Reguilon. We'll check it out in 3 dimensions, and really, we're going to get to see the match engine in 3D for the first time. We've got all the highest graphical settings. It's a full house in Sevilla. Good crossfield switch there from Lamar on his wrong foot. Lodi does very well, and then hangs that ball back stick. Lamar should have finished it, but Reguilon making that diving challenge has put that one back into his own net. Let's put our foot down a little bit. We're going to use our Get Creative shout, and a couple of players are inspired by that, but really, the way things are going, at least statistically at the moment, we should try and push on and get another goal before half-time. Throwing now, Trippier to take, finds Lamar who steps inside. Saul finds Trippier's overlapping run. It was a good run. Decent crossfield switch towards João Felix. What can he do on his league debut for the club? Backstick run to Trippier, and he gets the strike away, but it's over the bar. So we're definitely seeing quite a bit from the complete wing-backs in the build-up of both these goals. Or not both these goals, most of these highlights. And we get through to half-time 1-0 up. And I'm just going to say, pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. We've had 12 shots for on target, 42% of the ball. We're not really designed to keep the ball that much. They've had 2, 0, and 58% possession, which is kind of to be expected when they're playing at home. And as we always do, we're going to give it 15 minutes. We're going to have a look at everyone's form, fitness, whatever else, and make our subs accordingly. We've got most positions covered on the bench. They've got a deep ball across. Koke's going to head it away, and Jimenez should recover. Long ball forward towards Diego Costa, who's playing as that complete forward at the moment. Still getting used to the role, but doing very well. And was he brought down there? No, it was a very weird little highlight package there. Vaklik comes out and claims the ball. Referee's gone to look at VAR. I don't know why you would do that from open play, and you wait for the ball to go out. And now FM19's all coming back to me with the amount of VAR that I had to watch throughout the course of that series. And they've given a penalty, so that kind of explains why there were some weird animations in there, but weird place to do it. Diego Costa's going to take. Can he get his first goal of the season? He does. He sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and we give ourselves a 2-goal margin. Doing pretty well. Sevilla, I would expect to do pretty well in this division, at least be in the top 6 or 7 teams. And we are comfortably dealing with them at the moment. We haven't seen a highlight one way or the other for them. And I guess also important to note, Diego Costa gets the first goal scored by an Atletico Madrid player. I'm just going to start calling him Atletico moving forward. Oh, I like how the goal kick's set up. That's cool. I haven't done any set piece routines or anything like that just yet. I'm just kind of letting the game play out before we figure it out. Reguilon wins the ball back, goes to Munir. Fernando at the base of midfield. The press is very aggressive. Koke goes to Nolido now. To Reguilon. Someone's got to step to him. Crossfield switch should hopefully get cut out. Renan Lodi wins it back. João Felix with a good switch towards Lamar. We can square it up to Diego Costa here. Instead, Lamar strikes, and it's a poor effort, to be fair. Just have to roll that one in the path of Costa, and we would have had another goal. Lamar has struggled, so we're going to take him off. We're going to give Robert his debut, the young player we picked up from Betis in the off-season. And Lodi hasn't had the best game, but we'll leave him out there as well. Might take off Koke, give Lorente his league debut as well, and we'll hold on to the last sub for the last 10 minutes. And given that we're an hour through, we're going to use our Get Creative shout as well. They've immediately got a throw in on the right-hand side, out to Jesus Navas, who we did look at before the game. Not a bad ball. Jimenez heads it away. Gadelj wins it back in midfield. Good crossfield switch out to Navas again. He did well to keep it in. Ronnie Lopez plays it back to him. Enters the box, puts a deep ball across. It's a poor one. Gadelj should win it back. Trippier recovers. Robert now with his first real contribution in possession. Good weighted pass in for Diego Costa. Can he find the finish? Oh, he was tackled pretty much in the 18-yard box, and maybe, if he had been on his toes, João Felix could have gotten that one and gotten his first goal for the club as well. 10 minutes remaining, we're going to use our Demand More shout and just hopefully give everyone a bit of focus. If you had said to me we'd win 2-0 away at Sevilla opening game of the season, I'd have taken it. So interesting to see the way that those goal kicks are now playing out. Robert was poor in coming to possession then, and Escudero had a strike from distance. 3 minutes to be added on. Like I mentioned, I haven't been seeing a whole lot in terms of, end of match highlights, and that's another example. I don't know if that actually is a fault or something that I would need to report, but it's good actually seeing the 2D match engine run through the final parts of the game rather than seeing it just run through text. So 2-0 victory in the end, the Reguilon own goal and Diego Costa from the penalty spot. They had 7 shots, 1 on target, 57% of the ball. We had 18, 6 and 43%. We're definitely playing like a counter-attacking system, and hopefully the way that stat line's gone sets us up well to be playing against Barcelona, who we know are going to try and play a little bit of tiki-taka in their match. Kieran Trippier, on debut, gets the Man of the Match award, and everyone was positive after that team talk. Quality of possession provides the victory, a 2-0 win for us. Again, Trippier, excellent. João Felix impressed on his debut. He had a pretty good game. Still only 19 years old, still in wonder kid status. He'll have another year at least under that one, and hopefully we can start to see him fulfill some of that massive potential that he does have. Lopetegui, I think it's Lopetegui. I don't know if you pronounce the T. But apparently, we don't like each other that much. And he was a bit of a dick before the World Cup anyway. Post-match press conference, let's quickly go and do it. Blah, blah, blah. He's trying to warm me up. Very happy with the result. Everything went according to plan. And he was absolutely terrific. I won't commit to anything. Okay. Chelsea manager Frank Lampard was spotted in the crowd today. There's no way he's leaving. So we might get rid of him at the end of the season. But it's not going to happen this year. And let's praise Kieran Trippier, Englishman abroad. Doing very well. And now what we're going to do, our game against Barcelona is a full week away, so we don't need to do any rest days or anything like that. It's a winning side, so we don't need to change it. I can't see either Vasalco or Grimaldo coming back in time for that one. So, magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to that one now. So just like that, we're a week ahead. It's an unchanged lineup for us. No real need to change it after a good victory. There were a lot of teams that actually won their games early season. So we're currently in 6th spot. Barcelona are currently in 4th after winning theirs as well. They're playing a 4-3-3 shape. This will be the first time that Antoine Griezmann returns to Madrid. Just a phenomenal player. Naturally, they've got him as an advanced forward here, but he can really play anywhere across the front 4 positions. Suarez up top. Messi, of course, absolutely fantastic. Even though he's getting to 32, and we know that, everyone's attributes tend to drop off really quickly once they get beyond 30, he's still absolutely phenomenal in this game. 20 determination and flair, 19 agility, balance, dribbling, finishing, just a fantastic play. 19 passing, that's crazy. No massive flaws in the lineup that they've got there. Jordi Alba we did look at for a little bit. Sergio Roberto we looked at for a little bit for the complete wing-back spot, but in reality, trying to poach anyone away from this Barcelona side is going to be very difficult. But we're going to have our best crack at it. Let's passionately say, or assertively say maybe, pick up where you left off last time. A few have responded okay, so let's just give everyone a bit of a boost. Assertively say we have faith in them, regardless of what happens. It's a tough game to have this early in the season, Barcelona, because we haven't really picked up any form to take into the contest. While it's good that we won last time out, if we do lose today, I'm not going to be too devastated by it. Trippier plays to Koke. It's hard to tell if this is just a kick-off highlight or if something's going to happen. We do have a 2v1 now if João Felix can find the right ball. Renan Lodi goes around the outside, cuts inside to Felix, who finds Saul. Ball forward to Costa, out to Renan Lodi again. Can we get the cross in? We just seem to refuse to want to cross it in the middle, and when we do, it's a poor ball. Saul at the top of the box finds Costa. It's a good strike, and it wasn't far off the fast post. So that one was definitely an actual shot highlight and not just the regular kick-off highlight. I need to sort out those kit packs. Someone remind me in the comment section to do it. I'm sure I will by the time the next episode goes up. Ball forward to Costa in the hole now. He's done very well to cross it back to Renan Lodi. Gets forward, and that's an excellent goal from Renan Lodi. First goal of the season for him. Not a player that I expected to be involved all that much in the first team. That's kind of why we brought in Grimaldi and paid €60 million for him. But he's been pretty good in both games so far. Costa does excellent. That's phenomenal hold-up play and a good crossfield switch. No one gets out to Lodi in time, gets it on his left peg, smashes it across the goalkeeper, and we take a 1-0 lead against Barcelona in the second game of the season. Highlight here again is going to start from the goal kick. Long one forward to Renan Lodi. It's a good pass, actually. Well done, Black. Loses the ball to Messi. It's an excellent pass to Suarez. We talked about his 19 passing. Savic has done very well covering there and releases up the line. So there's still a danger. It's Barcelona after all. You can never really rest on your laurels. Got a throw in here. It's going to be Lodi to take, I think. He does. He goes forward to João Felix. It's going to fall to Saul at the top of the box. Into Lodi again. Bursts past a couple. Gets to the byline. And it's pinballing around in there. And here they've given away a free kick. Diego Costa was in the area. So I can only imagine he's just steamrolled somebody. Highlight here. Jordi Alba to take. No one's gone out wide to him. Trippier should be in the area. But instead he's marking a midfielder for some reason. Ball to De Jong. Headed away by Hermoso. Costa should flick it on. Only as far as Sergio Roberto though. Ball across to Umtiti. Looks for a ball in behind. Griezmann's in the area, but Trippier should get there first. Oblak does very well. Lamar heads it on. It's come back into midfield. Frankie de Jong's gotten goal side. Instead we recover Saul with a great tackle on Rakitic. Felix with a reverse pass to Saul. Attacked away against end-to-end here. It's hard to tell who's actually going to get the highlight. Koke recovers the ball very well in midfield. Lamar nearly got back in behind. Rakitic now looks towards Messi. Ball across, it's flicked on. Frankie de Jong got goal side again. Jimenez cuts it back, and thankfully Jordi Alba's drive from the top of the 18-yard box just over the crossbar. And there's something mental just happened in the commentary then. I didn't see what it was, but they've got a highlight. It's gone all the way back to Ter Stegen. Forward to him, Titi. Comes forward now. No one goes to him, and someone needs to. Now to Frankie de Jong. Sergio. Trippier should come across to the ball. De Jong squares it to Rakitic, works it out to the far side. Sergio Roberto comes forward, cuts it back. Saul with a good tackle on Messi. Lodi plays it up the line to Felix. Do we have a counter-attack on here? Felix with a good ball towards Diego Costa, but he doesn't win out. Hermoso finds Koke, who goes all the way back to Oblak. It's a very, very long highlight here. It's going to keep going. De Jong now with the ball to Rakitic. Looks for Griezmann off the shoulder on the left wing. Deep ball across towards Messi. Lodi should head away unchallenged. Ball comes down again. Roberto reverse pass to Messi, and it's an excellent finish, but I think he's going to get ruled out for offside. Proper end-to-end stuff in this one. Hopefully it's an interesting one for the fans to be watching. Hopefully it's an interesting one for you guys to be watching more than anything. There's a lot of FM20 content out there at the minute, so if you're watching this, I really appreciate it. Sergio Roberto, ball on the right-hand side now. Rakitic again, crossfield switch towards Griezmann. They're getting a little bit more direct in their play. Griezmann now gets shut down well by Trippier, but plays the 1-2 with Jordi Alba. Now De Jong. Griezmann again, all the way back to Busquets at the top of the box. Rakitic from the edge of the area, and Oblak does very well. Oblak, not Obliak. I don't know why I add that I every time. They've won the corner. Messi to take. Deep ball across. Saul heads it away. Lamar hacks it up the line. Costa could have gone for it if he had been on his toes. And 10 minutes to go till half. We're just going to use our demand more shout to try and just get everyone through to half time. Lodi with the ball forward. Saul now. We're working very well on this left-hand side. Across to Koke. Crossfield switch back to Lodi. It's a very long 1-2. Saul now with the ball. Back to Lodi again. Gets the ball in. It falls to Saul. It's a good strike. He's hit the crossbar from a mile out. Trippier should recover and reset through Jimenez, but that's the end of the highlight as far as we see it. Deep one here. Hermoso will take the free kick forward to Lodi. Burst past one challenge. Looks for Costa in the channel. Can he find the finish from a tight angle? He gets it on goal, but Ter Stegen does very well. His angles were correct. Half time, 16 shots, 10 on target, 44% possession. They've had 5-2 and 56%. They've had probably the lion's share of the highlights that we've seen, but we do lead 1 goal to the good. Passionately, I'm going to say, happy with your performance so far. Keep it up. No need to really change anything on our end unless they start slamming in goals, which is very likely. Or not very likely. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary if they did. It's Barcelona. Sergio Roberto plays a poor ball forward. Lodi does recover. Are we going to see a highlight here, or is it just kick off? Crossfield switch towards Lamar, who has not been very influential in the match, to be honest. Saul's recovered it in a great spot, finds Lamar in the box, squares it up to João Felix, and he gets his first goal of the season. The young wonder kid, £113 million or euro or whatever the bloody hell it was during the off-season. And his first goal is at home in our first home game of the season to Barcelona. I'm sure it's something he would have dreamt about when he came across, or even as a boy growing up in Portugal. He's still a boy. What am I talking about? He probably still has dreams like that. And it's an excellent finish. And I was about to say Thomas Lamar hasn't had a good game, but then he picks up that assist, and all is well. Good ball out from Obliak to Lodi. João Felix could go after this one. Roberto, I think, brought him down, who's also on a yellow card, and that might be a second yellow for him, and they might be going down to 10 men, which is fantastic for us. Red card, so they've gone down to 10 men. We currently would go top of the division with a +4 goal difference, though Real Madrid, if they score, just as I say that, Granada have also scored another goal, so they will go equal top with us with 4 goals scored. But none of those teams have played Barcelona, so we're doing very, very well. We might have a look at match ratings now. Trippier is doing fine. I don't have a right wing back on the bench that I can replace him with anyway. Stefan Savic is apparently struggling a little bit. How would Felipe go as the covering defender? Hermoso's a better option, so I'll bring on Felipe and put Hermoso to the covering defender role. And we might also look to bring on some fresh legs in midfield. Take off Koke, bring on Marcos Llorente. And we've scored another goal while we've been doing that. I've missed the entire thing. Renan Lodi gets another goal for him. A double on the day. And we'll check it out in 3 dimensions before those subs come through. Jimenez starts with the ball. It's a good crossfield switch out towards Lodi. That 2v1 that he and João Felix are working consistently is working very well. And it's just a deep cross that he was looking for. And somehow it's made its way past Ter Stegen in goal. And it hit the pigeon on the far side. So a bit fortunate and a bit out of nowhere. But I'll take a 3-0 win. I'd have taken a 1-0 win. It's 10 minutes remaining, so we're going to use, just to mix it up, a Get Creative shout. We haven't really used it at all so far this game. A couple are a bit complacent at the moment. A couple are inspired by it, but in reality, the clock is ticking down very quickly. We're into 4 minutes additional time now. And are we going to see any further highlights? It doesn't look like it. It just goes straight to full time. That's quite frustrating, actually. Maybe it's something in my settings. Replay events. Goals. No, not replay events. I've got it set to key highlights, so I'm not sure why that's not coming up. Is that something that you would report, like that it's not showing you the kickoff highlight or the end of game highlight, or is that something that they've actively tried to take away? If you know the answer, chuck it in the comment section below for me. But a 3-0 victory against Barcelona, absolutely fantastic. 25 shots, 14 on target, 47% of the ball. They had 9, 3 and 53%. Did go down to 10 men, but we were already 2-0 up at that stage. And Lodi with an absolutely fantastic performance. Maybe Grimaldi's going to struggle to get into the team. Passionately say, very happy with the way things are going, and we go from there. Post-match, it does see us go second in the table, though Villarreal, Granada and Real Madrid have also won each of their games. Real Madrid, 3-2 victories over Real Betis. I did earlier today download the club name fix. They are Real Hispania or something in the vanilla version of the game. Griezmann suffers defeat against former club. Yeah, fair enough, but we got good cash for him, so no complaints. Renan Lodi, absolutely fantastic with a 9.4 match rating. Valverde disappointed with a humbling defeat, but I don't know what his issue is. Felipe made his debut coming off the bench there for the last 30 minutes or so. One he'll remember, I'm sure. And I was keen for us to get off a good start. We did that. Diego Costa was excellent. He had a very good game. I'm happy with how he played. Lodi was fantastic, and it was a good game to use technology in. Classy Renan Lodi on form for Atletico Madrid. Let's tell him how good he was, which was absolutely excellent. And Lampard, again, watching Thomas Lemar. If they make a bid... What's he worth? He's worth 41 million euros. If they make a bid of 50, I might actually get rid of him. And we'll see who we can bring in January. They won't pick him up till January. We won't need to dip into the transfer market before then. But some additional funds in the transfer budget would help us quite a bit. Because we've only got 34k at the moment. And we are over our wage budget. Oh, sorry, we're under our wage budget, but still not a tremendous amount to work with there if we wanted to bring a star in. And that might be once we start looking at either bringing back some of that talent we spoke about in the last episode that's playing in other areas of the world. Like Suso might be a great shout as a Spanish winger to play on that right-hand side. But we might also start delving into that wonder kid kind of status area, which we do flow into quite easily. I'm keen to look at Erling Haaland. I've seen him a couple of times in different people's saves for people that have picked him up early, and I would love to get him in just to kind of see how he went and go from there. But that does bring today's episode to an end. 2 fantastic performances. Really good to get this season going early and pick up valuable points early in the season. We do hope that continues. We are going to try and space it out a little bit more. So we're in August now. We're going to come back towards the end of September, play our games in the league. We'll have a look at the other cup competitions once they start as well. Champions League will kick off in a similar time frame, and we'll continue to bring that through to you guys as well. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to put a like on it. If you want to be kept up to date onto future videos, you can subscribe to the channel, or if you want to follow us on either Twitch or Twitter or whatever else, the links are just over. No, they're over there. I've got to get used to which direction I have to point in. So by all means, go and check those out. But more than anything, thank you so much for watching. That's the part I appreciate the most. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you guys again in the mixer.